All right, let's do a reaction video on Michelle Wu, who was recently elected as the first woman and Asian American to be mayor in Boston. Now, in this video, I did not see this victory speech yet, so I'm going to be reacting on her body language, her content, and anything that goes along the way, the good and the bad. But let's go and watch it.
We want to take you to the Boston Center for the Arts, where Michelle Wu has just arrived. Let's listen in.
I mean, you can see her smile is genuine. She's just really happy. Yep.
I love you all.
Woo, the Wu train.
Well, good evening. So, one of my sons asked me the other night if boys can be elected mayor in Boston.
Okay, what she did was great, but before, right now she's starting with a story, right? She talked about, one of her sons asked her, went in story mode, but I want to point out one little thing before. She actually added a filler word before she started, once, her boy said this. She said, so, and then she claps her hand. Now, what does that mean? I want to say something about filler words. A lot of people think that they can never say any filler words. Filler words are so bad, but here's the thing. One or a few filler words, there's nothing wrong with that. You're just human. Now, why was Michelle, kind of crossing her hands, when she first started like that? I'm just going to rewind really quick. I'm not going to go too much into that. You can see hands were claps, right? Usually when our hands are claps like this, it could mean she's really feeling a little bit vulnerable right now and even a little bit nervous.
One of my sons asked me the other night if boys can be elected mayor in Boston.
A great story, connecting with the audience, humor.
They have been, and they will again someday, but not tonight. On this day, Boston elected your mom because from every corner of our city, Boston has spoken.
Oh, okay. What I love it, these are what great storytellers do. She brought in her family. She brought in something personal. Now she's making it about, the community, us, Boston. And you can hear the determination.
We are ready to meet this moment. We are ready to become a Boston for everyone. We're ready to be a Boston that doesn't push people out, but welcomes all who call our city home. We're ready to be a Boston where all can afford to stay and to thrive.
The power of saying this is Boston, we are Boston, saying it over and over again.
And yes, Boston is ready to become a Green New Deal city.
You can hear the confidence in her.
Today at the polls, and over this last year, and over generations in this city, Boston has come together to reshape what is possible. We are the city of the first public school in the country, the first public park, the first subway tunnel in the country.
What I would love for her to do is actually be a little bit more direct with her body language. You can tell that Michelle, when she's speaking right now, I can when I hear her speak, I can feel like she is a good leader. She can lead us. I'm not sure if you can feel that way, but her body language is kind of fluid right now, which is good. It's more conversational, but I would, she's making hand gestures, kind of like this pointing finger. What I would love for her to do is to match her body language a little bit more with how she feels. If she, right now it's more conversational, more fluid, but if she went more direct, right? We are Boston, and making it more direct, that will make her message even more powerful.
We're the city of revolution, civil rights, marriage equality. Boston has always been city that punches above our weight, where our activism, our community, our joy radiates out into progress across the country. And today, together, we are marching into Boston's promise.
Right, so using a lot of the pronouns we, right? We are doing this together.
We stand here in the South End, on the edge of the Southwest Corridor.
You see what I mean by body language? Even though she's flipping her to herself right now, how can she be more strong with her body language? Even hold it out a little bit longer, right? Boom! A little second longer. That will really show people that it will feel more powerful, body language.
It is here where 52 years ago, there was a 12-lane highway planned. They said it was a done deal, that stopping it would be impossible. And for a while, that's how it seeed.
Going back to history.
Until a coalition of activists from across our neighborhood stood up for people over highways.
Challenging the impossible. You can hear, just from the message that Michelle is saying. Again, this is the first time I'm hearing it, okay? Even though I'm not exactly hearing every single word that she's saying, because I'm doing this video at the same time, I can feel hope. And that's what you want from a leader. You want someone that can give you hope, okay? The possibility of hope. That's what Michelle is doing right now.
Some of them are here in this room, and they successfully fought for housing that was affordable, for an orange line instead of an interstate, for families then, and for families for generations to come. Our movement is a continuation of that activism and community, showing everyone what's possible when we all dig in and push for what we truly deserve. And what we deserve is a Boston where all of us are seen, heard, treasured, and valued. A Boston for everyone.
Don't you want to live in Boston? Come over to Boston.
We're ready for every child to go to a school connected to the full resources of our communities and their full potential. For every resident, from the Forbes building to Georgetown homes, to be protected from soaring rents and displacement.
Great eye contact, just looking around the room. Great pauses, because people are pausing, clapping. Right? Even now, of course, you might not be up there talking to thousands every single day, but what you can take from that is, if you are speaking in a Zoom meeting or your presentation, yes, do look around, but don't also feel like you have to speak super, super fast. Leave room for pauses. The best speakers know how to put pauses and wait, not just get everything out your head.
For a thriving Boston business community grounded in a thriving Black business community. For every Bostonian experiencing homelessness, mental health, substance use at Mass Ave and Melnia Cass Boulevard and across our city and beyond, to have dignity, treatment, and housing. We are ready for every Bostonian to know that we don't have to choose between generational change and keeping the streetlights on, between tackling big problems with bold solutions and filling our potholes.
Okay, I wanted to see some of the things that she's doing, right? Between doing this and doing that. So she's also comparing in a way, just even with her body language, this, that. So that's something that you can take as well as a speaker. You can say, hey, if you want to ever compare something, or just you can talk about the pros and the cons, go from one side to another. Another thing I want to point out right now is most likely she's reading from a teleprompter, because you can see there's two teleprompters. I'm not sure if you noticed, right? I did not point these out. You see these things right here? That's a teleprompter. That's a teleprompter. So one thing I have to say about filler words, it is natural as human beings to say filler words. Most of the time, when people actually say no filler words at all, people are writing the scripts, they're reading from something, or they practiced it over and over and they said it over and over. That's why they know it so well. So I want you to know, when you see such amazing speakers online, on video, in person, well, also notice, how much have they practiced? Are they reading from a teleprompter?
We deserve both. All of this is possible. Todo esto es posible.
Mixing in another language.
Tout cela est possible.
Goes with the message, right? It's possible.
这些都可以成为现实。We said these things are possible. And today, the voters of Boston said all these things are possible too.
Okay, here we go. Let me recap everything that from today's reaction video, what you can learn. Michelle tied in a personal story from the beginning, and then she segued into her main message. And I want you to know the pronouns she kept on using was we, right? She also offered us hope. That's what you want from a leader, even though right now, maybe you don't even remember every single word that she said or I'm saying. Well, what's the feeling that you are getting from that speaker? Because when I see Michelle speak, or when I hear Michelle speak, I feel like she is a leader, she's a speaker that can really lead us. What I love that she's doing is that she's, great eye contact. She's using the word we. One thing that I said over the video that she can improve on is make her body language a little bit stronger and more direct. Right now it's a little bit more flowy. That makes it more conversational. It's not bad, but sometimes, right, even if you stick it out 1 second longer, it packs more of a punch. And at the end, I love how she mixed in different languages. So, to show that we're doing it together. And so I hope that you like this reaction video. If you have any other thoughts for other reaction videos, let me know in the comments below.